Hi everybody. This is a terrible way to try to show you this, but I'm on the bank. I also want to say banks, but there's only one bank that I'm on of the Mekong River in Vientiane, the capital of the Lao People's Democratic Republic. And over here is, I think the name of the road is Pha Ngum, Ngum with an M. Anyway, and I'm staying in a hostel over there somewhere. It's a terrible time to be tour guiding. And those lights there, you'll just have to trust me that the river is there. Those lights are across the river in Thailand. I think right across the river. I think it's Thailand already. So here's some Bob Dylan. It's not in the Rise Up Singing songbook. I've sort of taken a break to do some bonuses and learn some songs from Rise Up Singing, and I'll get back to it later this week. Ra-da-da. So it's like this, it's from another side of Bob Dylan. Far between sundown's finish and midnight's broken toll, we ducked inside the doorway as thunder went crashing. Bruce Springsteen does this and it's lovely, as majestic bells of bolts struck shadows in the sounds, seeming to be the chimes of freedom flashing for the warriors whose strength is not to fight, flashing for the refugees on the unarmed road of flight, and for each and every underdog soldier in the night. And we gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing. It was a long time ago that Bruce Springsteen did it. It was a benefit concert for supporting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I don't know in what way they were supporting it, but that was it. And I've got a CD of it, and it's great. Through the city's melted furnace, unexpectedly we watched, with faces hidden as the walls were tightening, as the echo of the wedding bells before the blowing rain dissolved into the bells of the lightning, tolling for the rebel, tolling for the rake, tolling for the luckless, the abandoned and forsaken, tolling for the outcast, burning constantly at the stake. And we gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. You'll have to forgive me. Through the mad, mystic hammering of the wild, ripping hail, the sky cracked its poems in naked wonder. I really like this poem/song that the clanging of the church bells blew far into the breeze, leaving only bells of lightning and its thunder. Those chords were not exact, striking for the gentle, it doesn't matter, striking for the kind, striking for the guardians and protectors of the mind, and the poet and the painter far behind his rightful time. That concept doesn't mean anything, I don't think, and we gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing. In the wild cathedral evening, the rain unraveled tales for the disrobed, faceless forms of no position, tolling for the tongues with no place to bring their thoughts. That concept does all down and taken for granted situations, tolling for the deaf and blind, tolling for the mute, for the mistreated, mateless mother, the mistitled prostitute, for the misdemeanor outlaw, chained and cheated by pursuit. And we gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing. Even though a cloud's white curtain in a far-off comer flashed, that was probably supposed to be corner, that it flashed and hypnotic, spattered mist was slowly lifting. Electric lights still struck like arrows, fired but for the ones condemned to drift, or else be kept from drifting. Tolling for the searching ones on their speechless seeking trail, for the lonesome-hearted lovers with too personal a tale, and for each unharmful gentle soul misplaced within a jail. And we gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing, starry-eyed and laughing, as I recall when we were caught, trapped by no track of ours, for they hung suspended. As we listened one last time, and we watched with one last look, spellbound and swallowed till the tolling ended. Tolling for the aching ones whose wounds cannot be nursed, for the countless confused, accused, misused, strung out ones and worse, and for every hung-up person in the whole wide universe. And we gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing. So the chords were G, D, G, C. That's the first line. Na 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 D, G, C, and then G, C, D, G. And that's most of the song, except for the middle part where it goes da 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 da. That's a D. Tolling for the something ones. G, whose strength is not to fight. C, G, A minor, D, and then you go back to the pattern I showed you first. Okay, so from Vientiane, good night.